Hey everybody, Paint Marine here with another status report, and wow, so I missed May. May just kind of went by and I completely missed it as far as like the status report and all that. There was a lot going on. I had videos I was making and coming out with here and there, but as far as my kind of pretty regular status report, I missed that. And now here it is, July 1st, so we're done with June now. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just combine May and June together because honestly, they're kind of the same as far as everything going on right now in the world and here in the States. It's just been very hectic. This time of year it gets very busy for me in my job, and it's just compounded more so with everything going on in the world. So um, things just keep getting busier and busier, and then as many know, I have a family. I've got 3 young kids, a fourth on the way, and so they take a lot of time, and so more often than not lately, the hobby is the kind of the back burner thing. Like I haven't been able to paint aside from doing those challenges that the Games Workshop put out with those little achievement badges. I haven't painted anything personally of my own for probably 2 months at least, or a month and a half maybe. I've been able to get some conversion stuff done and some kit patching and that kind of stuff as I had made my Catachan kind of, I don't know, Predator, Aliens, whatever kind of kill team, dream team together. I haven't got them painted. Don't know when I'm going to get around to painting them. I got a lot of other stuff going on, but aside from like kind of stuff like that, I've had a commission project that I've been trying to get done for ever, but like I said, I've been so busy. But I'm finally coming to the end of that. I'm just doing the final finishing touches today, and should be done tomorrow. And I actually can show you some of it right now. And it is a chaos night here. So I want to do a little bit more weathering. I got some good stuff on there, and I just had a piece fall off because actually just glued all these extra spines and stuff on there, and as you can see, they're just kind of primed gray as I'm going to finish painting those and then connect the chains and everything. I put those on last, and I still got some more work I want to do on the top here, weather it up a little bit, kind of get some scratches and some weathering on this big kind of chaos all arrow star thing. Whoop, go over here. But yeah, very, very cool with the way it turned out. I'm liking it. Magnetized the arms for the client. He didn't ask me to, but he kind of gave me parameters of what he wanted, but at the same time, like, I didn't know if he wanted the chain sword and the whatever this claw fist thing is, or if he wanted his whatever destructor laser thing, or what. So I was like, well, you know what? I've got some magnets. Might as well magnetize it, and I'm glad I did. It's a little extra something that I can do because, like I said, this has taken me way longer than I ever expected or wanted it to take. But it's really turning out pretty cool, I think, and yeah. And then I got this, and then the other thing I did for him was an assault claw, which I finished a good while ago actually, and had shared that on the Facebook page and stuff. So yeah, so both of those I expect to be done with that tonight. So I'm pretty excited about having that done, and then get that on the way to him, and then it's going to be a hiatus from taking on commission work for a good while. I may have one more small thing I may do, the new Primaris Iron Hands character for somebody. A buddy of mine is actually leaving soon. He's heading, I'm on the East Coast right now, and he's heading over to the West Coast. So he'll be out that way. So I kind of think kind of a cool, just kind of going away gift or whatever you want to say. Just paint him up that character real quick. So that's probably, and that's I'm kind of commission, I guess you could say, but that's probably the only other kind of project I'm going to kind of knock out real quick if I can. And then hopefully I can get back to my own stuff. And part of the reason why I need to take this hiatus from commission work and working on other stuff is, one, things have been just so crazy busy that it's taken me longer than I want to get those projects done. And the other thing being, there is so much stuff coming out. Like, I'm so far behind on my army, and then now, uh, we got the whole Indominus box coming out with all those new units. Then we got that Invader ATV. We got the Fire Strike turret thing coming, and now we've just seen the new what was it, Hammerfall turret, drop turret that was just a leak in a White Dwarf. Pictures floating around that I have posted up on the Facebook, and you can see floating around other places. So it's just like, oh man, there's just more and more and more, and I couldn't be happier. But at the same time, I wish I was caught up on all my painting. I've got so much painting to do. So, but yeah, as far as that goes, like I said, I'm very excited about all that stuff. But if one of the leaks is true, I'm kind of a little disappointed. I was hoping, or something to the effect of, that the assault intercessors weren't going to be troops, but it looks like they're going to be troops, which to me kind of sucks, just from the standpoint of, yes, you get more options, but I just kind of feel like a lot of the stuff that's coming out for Primaris, yeah, I don't know, I'm feeling like it's kind of losing, I don't know, a lot of the I'm trying to think how I can kind of word this and stuff, but it's just I don't know, I just don't feel like that, like, a lot of the stuff coming out is definitely like kind of almost direct replacements, or replacement equivalents, if you will, for something of the regular Marines. But then you have stuff come out like the Reavers, right? So the Reavers came out, and it's like, okay, this is kind of a unique thing. This is like their answer to Assault Marines and kind of Scouts, right? Then they're like, okay, well, we're also going to come out with now Phobos armor is going to be a big thing. So we're going to come out with Incursors and Infiltrators. I'm like, okay, so these are like big squads now of like Scouts. Not Scout Snipers or anything, because those are kind of your Eliminators. Those are heavy now, not troops. But you have these other two now that are also troops, and can infiltrate and be a big squad and all that, and aren't as worried about getting into combat as Reavers. The big thing with Reavers is, like, you want to get them into combat because they got like an extra attack, I think it was, with the combat blade, but then the heavy bolt pistol was kind of the big thing, because you being able to shoot in combat and having that heavy bolt pistol with the minus AP was kind of helpful, and really, I feel like, where you did almost most of your damage. But the problem is with them deep striking in 9 inches away, and then they had like a grenade that could only, like the shock grenade, I think it was only a 6-inch range, that would like kind of blind them to where the unit you were charging couldn't fire Overwatch, which was really cool. Which is interesting too, because now Overwatch is a command point. So what is the shock grenade going to do? Like, if they say one command point, I'm going to Overwatch, and you throw a shock grenade, and they just wasted a command point, maybe? I don't know. Is the shock grenade going to do something different? I'm not sure. But anyway, now they're coming out with these assault intercessors. Now, they don't have grab shoots. They can't deep strike in, but I don't know. It just feels like they're going to be able to potentially, I don't know, be better than the Reavers. Because the other problem too with the Reavers is you got to make a 9-inch charge after you deep strike in. But if I can throw assault intercessors into either a repulsor to get them up the field, but more importantly, probably the Incursor, which allows you to get out and move after the Incursor moves instead of before the transport moves, which could change with this new addition. But yeah, why wouldn't I do that? I could most certainly then get them into combat pretty quickly, and then you get all those charge bonuses and everything else. And Um, yeah. So, and then it also looks like now that the Astartes Chainsword is going to give you a -1 AP, which is kind of nice. Not having that before, so you're going to have a bunch of -1 attacks on the charge. And definitely a positive if you can get down into the assault doctrine, which will give you the -2 to your assault stuff. So, yeah, that's all very interesting and very, very interesting how that's going to work. The other thing too, someone pointed out was, and this is something I had a problem with before with the, I think it's the Fire Strike turret thing, Fire Strike drop turret. The one that has like the tech brain on it, that you can either have the auto cannons or the las talon. And my problem was like, why would you take the las talons? They're only 24-inch range, and if it's just a drop turret that just drops down and boom, it's there. I mean, 4 las talon shots that my opponent can just walk away from, But somebody pointed out, they said the feet look like they can maybe hover, and then on closer inspection of the feet, they actually do look like the little plates from like the repulsor or the incursor, little grav plates that go around the side. So I'm like, oh, they may be onto something. It makes sense if it's dropping down. They would have like these kind of like grav plates to kind of maybe slow the descent. But it could also, I mean, it also makes sense then. Okay, well, why can't it then just kind of like come up on those grav plates, hover, and kind of move? Maybe it can only move like a few inches. Maybe it's only 3 to 4 inches, not a 6-inch move of like a regular Space Marine, because it's like a big hulking thing. It can only go 4 inches or 5 inches like an aggressor. 5 inches to me seems like a bit much for that kind of a thing. I could see a 4-inch movement. 3 inches isn't too great, but I could see if it could go like 4 inches. That would be pretty cool. But who knows? And then of course now we've seen this new thing that is kind of a drop pod, but there is no word if you can put troops in it. Though that would be interesting if you can. One is it if it's a fortification, so can you embark troops in it? Can you embark troops in it when it comes from orbit? And if you don't, is it kind of autonomous? Like, can it still fire? And so it's there's a lot going on with it. Like, we just don't know. But things that I would like, obviously everybody would want to know is, can you put troops in it and it fall from the sky like a drop pod? Can you drop it empty and it still fire? And if it can still fire, does it fire at like a normal ballistic skill or a modified one? Meaning, if you have troops in it, it increases its ballistic skill to like 3+. But if you don't have anybody in it, it's like a 4+. I don't know. And then the other thing, because it has flamers like all around the outside, and then this big like whirlwind looking thing on top. So again, like if there's nobody inside, can everything shoot? Like, can the flamers all shoot and the big gun? Or if there's nobody inside, only the big gun can shoot at a lower ballistic, and the bottom flamers don't do anything? I don't know. I kind of see it. And again, like, we don't even know like if it's even a transport. It doesn't seem like it is because it says it's a Hammerfall turret. So my assumption would be that it does not embark anybody inside. It falls down, and those flamers are there as kind of an automated defense. If somebody gets too close, then you can activate the flamers and burn up anybody that tries to get too close to the turret. And then the top turret gun, whatever, shoots. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm very excited. It looks really cool. But again, like I said, there's just so much stuff coming out that I just can't keep up, and I'm like falling behind already. I just don't know. I don't know if I'll ever catch up at this point. It's one of the things where I was excited when 8th edition came out, because I'm like, I can start fresh. I can do a homebrew chapter, and then I had to pick a chapter color scheme and theme that is not the quickest thing to paint. So I both love the way that my army looks on the table, and also hate the amount of time it takes to paint them. But it's a love-hate thing. I definitely enjoy, like, once I get into the swing and get things going, it's definitely enjoyable, because it's like, once they're done, it's like, wow, those are awesome. They look great. The time was well worth it. But like I said, it's kind of one of those things where it just takes so much time. I don't know if I'll ever get close to finish at all. So, all right, well, yeah, that's kind of it for now. I just got done making the third quarter video for the Forged in Plastic winner and participants, and again, it was another hard one. So look for that, and then the third quarter is in full swing as we speak. But this one is going to have a longer entry window for those that want to enter third quarter. The theme this time is Xenos 2, which I kind of broke the Xenos groups into two groups. I'm going with the second group because Necrons, Orcs, Tyranids, and Gene Stealers. And I went with that group because just recently got an Orc release. Granted, it was just pretty much one character, but the other thing being Necrons. And so given the whole month of July 31st is when entries are due. No bigger than a 60mm base. Indominus should come out on the 25th of July, giving you about a week to use any Necron models if you're trying to do a Necron entry. That gives you that chance. That's why I pushed it to the end of July for the initial entries. And then from there you'll go on to the next thing where the those selected to go on to the next level will get the parameters for the quarter and the due date and all that, and then yeah, they'll go from there, judging and all that, for a chance to get that $100 GW voucher, $100 US that is, converted. If you're in another country, it'll be converted whatever the conversion rate is, so 100 US and whatever that equivalency is. So all right, well, thank you for watching. Please check out the rest of the channel, subscribe if you haven't. I'm still growing, still trying to make good content. And if there's anything you want to see or any questions or ideas or anything you want, I'll try my best. Like I said, time is a commodity I'm running out of lately, so hopefully I can make it happen, and I greatly appreciate it. And also check out the Facebook page. I can keep that up to date fairly regularly with little updates and things and shares and all that kind of stuff. And enjoy it. It's a fun place. It's pretty friendly. Keep it nice. So check it out and see the projects and things I've got going on there and things I've worked on in the past as well there. So, all right. With all that being said, until next time.